Right at the moment, it's liquid and then some ultramarine. Backing up, if you will, darkening the whole painting, obviously, to give myself a place for the light to go. Okay, then the next thing I would do is dark details. Now I am broadcasting. Hello, friends online, and I asked for a volunteer of someone that wanted me to try to turn this into my painting as quick. Now, if I may, degrees darker than you would, Patty.
Yeah, my God, I already changed.
Thomas Kincaid, being the painter of light, many, many years ago, I started calling myself, not seriously, only in jest. Thomas Kincaid is the painter of light. Well, I'm the painter of light and dark. Have such a glow about them is because, in fact, that's what he did too. He painted light and dark. I love saying that because most of us fiercely independent Americans, a bad thing, of course, in most of life, except in the world of visual art. Except in the world of visual art, we love being manipulated. The better the artist is, the more skillfully he or she manipulates us. Ooh, look at the light. They don't realize that he's playing them like a fiddle, and the reason they're seeing the light is because of the dark. Right. Light, so that everybody goes, ooh, look at the light. That's what non-artists do. Again, because he's playing them like a fiddle, which is what all good artists do. Okay, now I'm just going to add some color in here.
Oh, my word. Oh, it's beautiful.
So there's no scumbling.
Okay. Punch of turquoise in there. Oh, my goodness.
No. Now let's tackle the sky. Phthalo blue. The distant hill is fairly soft. I'm painting the sky upside down. I'm not going to paint where you know what color it is you want and then go up from there.
The pressure is on.
Yeah, exactly.
But he did.
Go back to dark lines again. So we're going to cheat the system, so to speak. And go back again for the branches in the trees.
I don't still know how to do that. I wish I had done that.
Okay. Cloud-ish things.
Oh, because of of that ratio law. Whatever, what was that called, the ratio?
Right. Quite a dirty green colored paint, actually. It looks clean up there because of the context, but it's actually not very clean at all. Okay, enough of the sky. Focal point of the building. So, Patty, especially, you feel like you had freedom to do it. Can you put any of that into words?
Yes, I mean, when I saw you doing that, I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
And go crazy, and even with the tree trunk, I mean, the trees, those, you put darker ones back in there, I've been trying to erase them, you know, basically.
Okay, and
I know.
I just took your straight up tree, by the way, Patty, and
Which layer are you in now?
hard to say. I'm in the final edit layer, but I keep doing more translucent.
Was that translucent?
I'm not doing a fuzz layer because I'm not doing soft edges. I'm doing pretty defined.
I sure don't worry too much about covering up the underneath.
Okay, that I'm just about done there, Patty. There, it's better. Maybe. I wonder if I can.
Stop midstream.
Yeah. This is a good trick, by the way. Anytime you can paint an object without painting the object, but by painting around it.
Choose plenty of different.
Oh, yeah, we did eat it.
Who? Okay, now I didn't.
Tree. Going straight up.
I put yellow lines? Oh,
That's from the underpainting.
yeah.
No, you just added that,
Oh, this right here?
that, and you went straight up.
Yeah, up here. Ah. And then you just come back and do a lighter, brighter, lighter stuff right in the middle. That might be a bit much, but that's yeah. Okay, I keep seeing these. I think
The yellow right on this side of the building.
yeah. Yeah, keep that one too.
I mean, it makes me want to be bolder.
Good.
I mean, you know, get in there and just like,
Good.
just
Yeah,
play. I mean,
good.
just get crazy.
Bolder.
I mean, I'm
Exactly.
so careful.
Yes,
How
correct.
many times can you go back with the wash.
Infinite.
Oh, really?
Until you flatline.
So I can keep doing it.
Thank you, Patty.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I'll sign it if you want. Oh, yeah.
Neat job.
You've always known.
Hey, is our lunch here yet?
Darkness, but almost, they're gonna get it.
All right, that's somebody. How to sign your name. I have strong opinions on the subject. 540 painted, not all 540, but my impressions were confirmed. Say things that I just think are spectacularly wrong. I heard one time some teacher said, well, my teacher said you're supposed to do your signature all with one stroke. That's just silly. I heard somebody else say, forgive me for picking on all the stupid things other people have said, but I have to shoot down some of these things before we get started. Heard someone else say you should always sign your name in red.
I watch them every Friday.
Here are my opinions on the subject. Number one, you should sign your name so that people can read it. Number one, a good brush. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Number two, they don't have good brush control. They simply lack the ability. But you're going to get that ability just by watching it today. Worthy human beings should be using. Okay. Another opinion: do not use initials. Trust me, it is bushly. It is just if you are known as B. But if your friends call you Bobby, you write Bobby. You write your name. Training, blah, 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 blah. They didn't know. Anyway, now I know probably not very many of you are going to be making a living with your art as I am. I walked into a bank not too long ago where I have, I think, 4 paintings in that bank, or the bank has bought 4 of my paintings. And I walked in and there's a lobby. Somebody else's artwork was in the lobby. That frosted me. Wonder whose work this is. And I walked up and they had the proverbial Mark of Zorro signature. I am so famous, they will recognize my mark.
Maybe they want to be a doctor.
Arrogance just lost a whole bunch. I'm the best known artist in the triangle.
True.
I'm officially named. No mystery. Let me tell you. 15 years. Forgive me. I'm not really being quite as arrogant as it sounds. But so Mr. Bozo, or Mrs., who's a pretty good painter, missed the opportunity to tell me who he or she was.
What you described.
Okay, so forgive me. I know that sounded arrogant, but you want people to know who you are.
Well, I wanted to know who signed the
Okay,
check.
so number one, 7 brush. Don't waste your time or your money and say, well, that's what Dan said, but I know better. I'm going to buy Master's Touch. I got this at. It's going to cost you a lot, $10. Woohoo! Number one, write your name, and so here's how I. First of all, where do you sign it? You don't sign it down here. This is another. Forgive me for breathing. I'm sorry I'm on the planet.
That'll go under the frame.
That's. And you are good enough. You could design a cereal box, for goodness sakes. Probably traditionally the lower right hand corner, unless it's too busy, then you can do it lower left. You can get fancy and go up the side if you want, but that's kind of fancy and not. Look like you're ashamed for breathing. Okay, 1 stroke. See, this is where some people say, "Oh, that's too much work." Now look how I'm. Now, how did I decide how to make my signature? Well, that's because 20 or 25 years ago, I sat down and thought about it. Said, what do I want my signature to look? So that's what you have to spiffy it up. You just like you Disneyfy it, right? Walt Disney, that's his signature. Was it always that neat? Are you kidding? Take what it is, and that's exactly what this is. This is how I sign my check. Just my check is 1,000 times messier than this, but it's still basically my signature. And stay down a little harder. Okay, I got 2 strokes out of that dip. You follow me? So all of this, I remember my real signature. It's just neater than normal. So when my painting shows up on, well, we don't believe this is. No, it's like, I wonder who painted this. It's like maybe his name is Dan Nelson, you know, and it won't. As you can tell, I feel strongly about those things, and the signatures. And again, it's because they haven't taken my class. I don't blame them. Okay? And you don't do initial. So yours is going to take even longer than mine.
We'll start calling Sarah.
Okay, so there's my 2 cents worth. And you might say, well, you sound like an egotist. Maybe. But
No, and you're just gonna take half.
oh, and what color? One of the highlight, you know.
Dan, do you put the year on?
I don't. Although sometimes, if I think about it, I'll put it on the back. Yeah, I think it would be nice to have a year on it
Why has that gone unsold for so long?
for posterity, but
Like the name of the painting.
people don't want to buy an old painting. Yeah, it's on all of them.
You have to have the children sign up for
That's
the
right.
ones they get.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's
So there's no quibbling.
that's right. I've done that some already. In my is lunch here yet? I guess
No,
not.
I was going to get it and I realized they're gone. I think Nancy and Nancy.
Oh, okay.
Nancy twins.
I would have been happy to do it again. I went to wash my hands.